Seneca's On the Shortness of Life is not merely a philosophical essay, it's a powerful wake-up call, written almost 2,000 years ago. Its message remains more relevant than ever. Life is not short. We just waste most of it. The Roman philosopher challenges the common complaint that time slips away too quickly. According to Seneca, the problem isn't that life is short. The problem is how we choose to spend it. He argues that we are generous with our time to others, yet stingy with our own presence. We guard our money, but freely give away hours, days, and years. Without purpose, without reflection. He encourages us to reflect, to study philosophy, to pursue virtue, not as luxuries, but as essential to a meaningful existence. Only those who live consciously and inwardly are truly alive. Seneca reminds us, you are not given a short life. You are given a distracted one. To reclaim your life, you must reclaim your time. And to reclaim your time, you must decide what is truly worth living for. Don't wait for retirement, for permission, or for tragedy to wake you up. Live now, reflect now, choose now. We are not given too little time. We just fail to use it well. And in doing so, we allow our greatest asset, time, to slip away silently, while we chase things that bring us no peace. Seneca observes a powerful irony. People are extremely protective of their money and possessions, yet are shockingly careless with their time. They'll fight over wealth, but give away their hours to trivial obligations, to toxic people, to public approval, to endless distraction. Would you like this summary turned into a video script, a modern interpretation, or a chapter for a philosophy-based book? I can tailor it for any format. We're going to share some simple habits and some tips that will make your life better and help you to get the most out of every single day. But exercise is one of the best things that you can do for your body. Exercise increases the production of endorphins, which improves your mood and gives you a sense of well-being. It also reduces levels of stress hormones such as cortisol and adrenaline. They think that they need to give up all of the tasty stuff in order to lose weight or improve their health. But the reality is that this is just not true. Mindfulness is the practice of paying attention to the present moment without judgment. It's about observing your thoughts and feelings without getting carried away by them. When we don't get enough sleep, we're more likely to experience stress, anxiety, and depression. Sleep helps us to process our emotions and regulate our stress response system. So if you want to reduce stress, then make sure to get enough sleep. So it's important to take care of your body and to listen to it. Don't ignore pain or push yourself too hard, because that's only going to make things worse. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night. Trust me, your future self will thank you for it. Well, it looks like making time for exercise, eating healthy foods, getting enough sleep, and managing stress. Life is short. That's a fact, but it's also true that life is full of beauty. I know this might sound a bit cliché, but trust me, it's true. Life is short. One day you will look back on this video and think about how young and full of potential you were. So, make the most of it. Take a moment to appreciate the things that you're grateful for. It could be something as simple as the fact that you're alive and able to breathe, or it could be something more complex like your relationships with family and friends. Whatever it is, make sure to take the time to appreciate it. It also looks like being proactive with your health. Make sure to schedule regular checkups with your doctor and get the screenings that you need. Don't wait until something goes wrong to take action. You can practice mindfulness through meditation, yoga, or simply by taking a few deep breaths and focusing on your Life is short and you don't know how long you have left. So it's important to make the most of the time that you have. And the best way to do that is to prioritize your health. Another thing that can help reduce stress is connecting with other people. Social support is essential for our well-being. When we feel supported by others, we're more likely to bounce back from adversity and cope with stress in a healthy way. There are plenty of delicious recipes that use fresh ingredients without any of the processed stuff. And if you're willing to learn how to cook, then you can make healthy meals that you actually enjoy eating. Exercise can also help you to sleep better, which in turn will give you more energy during the day. And we started to think about all of the things that we have always wanted to do but just never made time for. But luckily, you won't need to be hitting the gym 5 times a week in order to see the benefits of exercise. Are you fueling your body with the nutrients it needs in order to thrive? Or are you just putting garbage into it? When you eat, pay attention to your body's cues. Are you really hungry, or are you just bored or stressed? When you feel like you're done eating, stop eating. Don't finish everything on your plate, even if it's not necessary. All you need to do is move your body for 30 minutes a day. You could go for a walk, you could dance around your living room, you could do yoga, you could swim, you could play sports, or you could do whatever you want. as long as you're moving. And so today we're going to talk about how short life is, why it seems to be getting shorter. If you eat lots of junk food, then you're going to feel sluggish and tired. But if you eat lots of fresh fruits and vegetables, whole grains and lean proteins, then you're going to feel much better. Eating well doesn't mean that you have to give up all of the foods that you love, but it does mean that you need to make healthier choices more often. Let's start by talking about how short life really is. The average life expectancy in the United States right now is 79 years old. Chronic stress can lead to anxiety and depression, which can in turn lead to a host of other physical problems. In fact, studies have shown that chronic stress is linked to everything from heart disease to diabetes to obesity. It fell by almost a year during the COVID pandemic, as people experienced a rise in mental health issues, drug overdoses, and alcoholism. But even before the pandemic, life expectancy had already been falling for multiple years in a row due to rising levels of obesity and chronic diseases such as diabetes. And unfortunately, the biggest risk factor for all of these conditions is inactivity. But let us even be optimistic and say you managed to live up to 85. How much time do you really have left? You see, life is slipping through your fingers right now as you watch this video. Every second that you spend sitting around doing nothing is another second that you will never get back. But the good news is that there are some simple changes that you can make to your lifestyle that will add more days onto your life. Well, if we take away the 25 years of sleep that we spend between our childhood and adulthood, then that leaves 60 years. If we then take away the 1/3 of our waking hours that we spend working, then that leaves 40 years. If we then take away 10 years for socializing and other obligations, then we're left with 30 years. This means that there are only 10,000 days left in your life. But that's still being very optimistic. The reality is that life expectancy has been dropping. Now obviously we don't want to scare you with this video, but we do want to motivate you to take action. First, let's start with exercise. I know that we've said this so many times before, but let's be honest, no one wants to exercise. It's boring, it's uncomfortable, and it takes a lot of discipline. Next, let's talk about diet. What you put into your body has a huge impact on how you feel. One of the biggest mistakes that people make when they trying to eat healthier is that they completely cut out all of the foods that they enjoy. Next, let's talk about stress. Stress is a natural part of life, but it becomes a problem when it's chronic and long-term. So, what can you do to reduce stress? Well, one thing that can help is mindfulness. Another thing that you can do is prioritize sleep. Sleep is so important for our physical and mental health. Now, while all of these tips are important, we want to focus on one tip in particular. Prioritize your health. If you're constantly sick or injured, then you're not going to be able to do the things that you want to do. So what does prioritizing your health look like? Prioritizing your health also means being mindful of the things that you put into your body. It can be difficult to prioritize your health, especially when you're busy, but it's so important to make time for it. Now, we want to leave you with one final thought. Life is too short to worry about the little things, so focus on the things that matter most and make the most of the time that you have. Thank you for watching, and remember to subscribe if you haven't already.